my combat jacket?
Sorry?
My jacket, have you seen it?
Yes, I have. I've been trying to make it half respectable.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it? There was a pocket hanging off and you had a big rip in one sleeve.
Oh, you haven't mended it, have you?
Well, I've done the best I could. Really, Norman, the best place for that is in the dustbin.
I need it, Mrs. Bishop. People aren't going to take pity on me and buy my stuff if I look like I've just stepped out of a tailor's window, are they?
Well, if you insist, it's with my work basket.
Right.
Just hope you're going to make an effort for your interview this afternoon.
Oh, that.
Well, you might try to sound a bit enthusiastic. You're very fortunate that Mr. Simpkins has agreed to see you at all. If it hadn't been for the good friendship that grew up with Ernest and the Simpkins family over the years, I doubt he would have even considered seeing you.
Oh, I'm very grateful, Mrs. Bishop. Honest I am, but I've been thinking. I don't think I'm cut out for the insurance business.
I understand your apprehension, Norman. You're bound to feel a bit nervous. But I'm sure that Mr. Simpkins will put you completely at your ease.
Yeah, but don't you think it might be a bit of a waste of time?
Waste of time?
Yeah, his time and mine if I'm not cut out for the insurance business.
Now, you don't know that until you get there, do you? You've as much to offer as the next man, and more than most, I'd say. Got a good education, and when you make the effort, you can look quite presentable. Oh, that reminds me. Before you go out, get your suit out for me, will you? I'll press it for you.
Oh, there's no need, Mrs. Bishop.
There's every need, Norman. That's half your trouble. You won't go out and sell yourself. And get back in good time to get ready.
Right, I'll get me suit.
And Norman, try to find time to have your hair tidied up.
A flaming morning. I must have tramped 10 miles and I don't think I made enough to cover the cost of my shoe leather.
You've seen the time. Your interview's in an hour.
Oh, I'll make it. What's for dinner?
Oh, it's only salad. It'll keep.
Keep?
Until you've had your bath. I've had the immersion heater on, so the water should be piping hot, and I've laid out all your clean clothes on your bed.
I don't need a bath.
Yes, you do. When you go out of here, you want to feel and look your best. The next couple of hours could change the course of your life, Norman. Couldn't you do anything with your hair?
Oh, it'll be all right, Mrs. Bishop.
Perhaps if you put some water on
It'll be
it.
all right. If this fella Simpson...
Simpkins.
Oh, Simpkins doesn't like the look of me, then that's his hard luck.
I just want you to make a good impression, Norman. It's so important for you. You don't want to be going round with that battered old suitcase from door to door till you retire, do you? You want to make something of your life, realise your potential.
I know all that, but it's not likely to happen in an insurance office, is it?
So where is it likely to happen?
Well, that's the $64,000 question, isn't it?
So look on this opportunity with Mr. Simpkins as temporary, if you must, until you do know where you want to go. But at least it's going to provide you with much more of a challenge and give you far more self-respect than walking the streets, isn't it? I mean, at least it will put you on the road to a career instead of living hand to mouth where you are at the moment. Well, come on, you better be making tracks. We don't want to keep Mr. Simpkins waiting, do we?
Right, I'm going.
Oh, and Norman.
What?
We're keeping fingers crossed for you.
I'm sorry, mate.
If I got held up.
Oh, don't worry about that. Come on, put me out of my misery. How did you get on with Mr. Simpkins?
I didn't see him.
You didn't?
No, I phoned up and cancelled the appointment.
See?
Well, it really would have been a waste of time, Mrs. Bishop. I'm not right for that kind of job.
No. You seem to have made that very clear.
Look, I'm very grateful for what you were trying to do, but...
Got a very strange way of showing it.
Look, you said I needed some purpose in my life, something to go for. Well, you were right. Only I didn't know what it was. Not until this afternoon. And suddenly, it came to me.
Sorry, I'm not with you.
I didn't go and see old Simpson. Simpkins, because I went to the Tech instead.
The Tech?
That's right, to see what my chances were of going on their business studies full-time.
Business studies?
That's right. I started thinking about it after I'd been at the job centre. All right, I've got a couple of A-levels, but I haven't got much going for me, not in the way of qualifications. And I've heard they take on mature students. So I thought if I went down there and got myself on a useful course, something I'd be interested in. So I went down and managed to get myself a chat with their admissions tutor.
What did they say?
Well, there's a few formalities to go through. I've got to fill in the application form, go for my formal interview. But it looks like I'll be starting in September.
I don't know what to say.
Well, you could say, well done, Norman. It wasn't easy, you know. I had to whip up enough confidence to go in there in the first place, then convince him that I meant it. You'd have been proud of me, Mrs. Bishop.
Well, of course I am, Norman, if you're sure that's what you want.
Oh, I am, and I'm really looking forward to it. And believe me, it's been a heck of a long time since I've had anything to look forward to.
Well, if that's what you want, I am very pleased for you, and I'll do everything I can to help. I mean, sure we can come to some arrangement about the rent.
We won't, you know, be paying the same whack as usual.
You won't be earning.
Well, I'll get a grant, won't I? And I can still go on the knock, you know, and earn a few bob like that.
There's no need for that.
I want to, Mrs. Bishop, honest. I mean, things are really happening, aren't they? I mean, I really will be an unemployed student. I'm actually doing something useful with my life. So, after tea, I think we've got something to celebrate. You know, Mrs. Bishop, I didn't think I had it in me.